all you want.
Listen, we're just gonna make it work. This is kind of spur of the moment, kind of put together. We got a pretty ragtag team here. Joey Ryan and Mike Davis Jr. up top.
Okay.
We got to the far, well, to my right, Mr. Salotto himself. Well, one of two anyway. How are you, Colby?
Great. How you doing? Thanks for having us. Me, I guess.
Well, you better thank Joey because it was all Mr. Ryan's idea, Mr. Pool Player Podcast. And then down there, I guess he wants to be playing while we're going to be commentating. He wants to be commentating and playing. And Nate Mindham of Cue It Up Podcast.
Hi.
Celebrity.
Yeah.
How many beers in are you, Nate?
No, I'm drinking water sore,
Wow.
but I will not allow that to continue for much longer. And then I will answer your question.
Nice.
Well,
Nice.
the reason why we're all here is because so Joey calls me, and Joey, why don't you pick it up from there because I get a call and a message from you.
Yeah, we were out in Vegas and we met the Salotto guys. We actually met them before that, but Colby and Reed, two real solid dudes. They got this app. I've had it on my phone for a while. I've been wanting to use it. And I was like, you know what? What better time when I'm out here with my family on the East Coast? They went to a movie. I went in the app. I looked it up, found my buddy Mike Davis. And I said, you know what? I'm going to create a match and I'm going to play this dude. The last time I did this, I'll have you know, where I drove 4 hours and then played this guy, it didn't work out too well. So probably
For who? Who did it work out too well for? For Mike or for you?
Yeah, it worked out just fine for me. I mean, it worked out great for one of us.
Yeah.
I tried to warn him. You can't drive 5-6 hours and play good that day, but he didn't listen to nobody. So.
And here I am again, drove 4 hours, and we're going to try this. But look, here's the deal. We're playing my game. We're playing 8-ball. But I got to tell you, my back hurts. My shoulder's been aching.
Here we go.
Dehydrated.
4 1/4-inch pockets on this tight 9-foot that he knows inside and out. So if I make 3 balls tonight, I'm going to be proud of myself, and then we're going to just have some fun. Does that sound good?
I like how he started that with, we're playing my game, and then just went on a 2.5-minute
Tell me a
rant.
story. Tell me a
He's
story.
setting the bar and then following it up with excuses.
So a few years back, I was at the bar with my ex-girlfriend and her friends, who her friends didn't know anything about me other than I don't have a job. I'm a professional pool player, supposedly, right? Then this random dude comes along and challenges me to play 8-ball. And they're like, oh, he's a pro. He's going to torture this guy. And then Joey robs me playing 8-ball in front of her and all of her friends. Like, they were not impressed. They're probably thinking, like, that bum better get a job, like, real soon.
Well, actually, I think that was the day that she became your ex-girlfriend.
We can thank Joey for that one.
Yeah. You had no faith.
Don't ever come to my house, Joey.
All right. Well, we're going to log off on the phone here. And
Yeah.
guys, I just got to apologize ahead of time. I don't have my full setup. So up here, I got a camera that the autofocus sometimes clicks in and out. So we'll do what we can with it. Hopefully it works out okay, though. Sound good?
Well, for sure, yeah. In the meantime, I want to just bring on Colby of the Salotto. You might want to step. There you go, buddy. There you go. So, like Joey said, Colby, we met you back in Vegas, man. You and Reed, and I love the idea of what you guys are doing. I love the idea of people all across the country being able to match up and being aware of who you're playing. So why don't you give us just a little bit of a heads up as far as what Salotto is, where we can find it, and all those fun details.
Yeah, I mean, well, the short of it is it's a mobile app that you can download on the Android or the Play Store or the App Store. And the idea came from Reed and I, my business partner. We live real close together, and after league night, we would go to one of our houses and play till midnight, 1 a.m. after league. And there was just so much competitive pool played between leagues and tournaments that we thought there's got to be a way to make this official or verified or something. And so that, kind of led to a nice spitball session over a few beers. And the next thing you know, a year and a half goes by and the Salotto app is born. And the idea is that you can make any table competitive, any place, as long as you have an opponent and a table, you're ready to go. And then those match results can get submitted to Fargo Rate. So what we didn't realize at the time is how well this would fill in the gaps between leagues and events. We always, figured, yeah, this will be cool, but the robustness aspect of Fargo Rate is so prevalent now, to be, you know, kind of known or official or whatever it is. To
Elaborate on that for me, Colby, because I'm not the league guy. So
okay, gotcha.
Elaborate on that for me if you can.
Yeah. So basically, Fargo rate is an expectation of your performance based on your past performance, and so you get a 3-digit number, and that's how you are sort of known by your ability. Like you look at Nate, and he's way high up in the ranking because he's got a really high Fargo rate. Somehow he was able to perform well at one point or another, and the number of games that you have in the system is called your robustness. And so the more games you have in the system, the more accurate the prediction of your performance will be going forward. So you look at somebody who's got 50 games in the system for Fargo rate, that's not a ton of information about that player. You look at somebody who's got a ton of games in the system, maybe 5,000-6,000 games, then the system has a really good understanding of what a person who plays at that speed will continue to do. So what Salotto does in a really cool way is provide a tool for every player to build their robustness and gain access to their Fargo rate through playing 1v1 challenge matches, competitive singles matches, whatever it is, as long as they're not, you know, double dipping playing in a league or a tournament or something. But so like Nate and I were in Vegas, and he was kind enough to engage with me on the table.
You destroyed what the proper way of pronouncing that.
We played a set, and those match results went to Fargo rate. So for whatever reason, one time I was able to beat Nate in a match of pool, and I'll always have that record now. So
I don't want to talk about it.
But the cool part is that it allows for any player to play any player and have it be verified and tracked. And that was sort of a sort of side benefit of our goal when we created Salotto, which was to help people play more pool and to be able to make more tables competitive, because there's so many tables around that don't get the attention they deserve. Like, I mean, Mike's over here playing on his home table, and this is a verified match. This is a real deal. And that raises the pressure, and it brings a level of seriousness to the set, and it really puts you on your A game. And we kind of hoped that it would do that, and to see it in play is really cool. When Joey mentioned this idea of kind of traveling up the East Coast and using Salotto to find action, we were like, yeah, anything we can do to help. So, you know, we're grateful that you guys see value in what we're doing and can hopefully help you guys do what you want to do, which is grow pool, and we're grateful to be here.
Well, I mean, from our standpoint, it's easy to go and support people who are good people, right? But if you have something that actually works for the game, and obviously amateurs are such a, I mean, they're the foundation, the pillars, they're everything, right? So to have an app that allows them to, whether they're playing locally in a metro area, matching up with people maybe they don't know, or if they're traveling like me and Joey do a lot, it really touches a lot of bases. And this is part of what I love about it. And actually, so much so that, like I mentioned earlier, I don't play a lot of leagues, but seeing as how I do travel a lot for pool, I actually downloaded the Salotto app. I've been playing a little bit more of a BCA league, and this thing is perfect because it allows you to go and meet new people, play people who are verified, right? Once you can see how many games they go and have in a system, and really lets it be fair and competitive, which is what, you know, we want as players, right?
Yep, absolutely, 100%.
So let everybody know, where can we find it at? You said it was in the App Store, right?
App Store, Play Store, basically Android or iOS, Apple or, you know, Google Pixel, Android phones, whatever it is. Any place you can download an app, you should be able to get this. And it's free to download. We have a monthly service that can upgrade you to Pro, so you can kind of get no ads and have basically like a little unlimited use type service. And there's Fargo rate submission fees, but you don't always have to submit the matches to Fargo rate. We do have monthly payouts and prizes. So, you know, any matches that you play that are logged in Salotto will enter you onto the leaderboard. The more you play, the more you win, the higher you get on the ranking. It's pretty, we wanted to make it as simple as we could, and it still feels complicated. We're kind of a new company and we're still ironing it out. So any feedback we get, we're always open to it. And we're grateful to have people using it. We just actually crested the 70,000 game mark a couple days ago.
Awesome, man.
So we've had 70,000, games of pool played through Salotto that are verified, and people won prizes, and it's it's doing what it's supposed to do, which is help people play more.
What kind of prizes can they get here? Because I might have to go and play a little more.
Yeah, yeah, right. I mean, the last one we usually give away about $2,000
swag.
And yeah, queued up swag. We've done that. Third place is usually like we did a digital lesson with Carl Boyce, digital lesson with Chris Reinhold. We sponsor both of those guys, so they're roped into it regardless.
Who's on the stable, Colby? Because I've been seeing new names pop up. Salotto player here, Salotto player there. Who's on the stable of Team Salotto?
So we've got Carl Boyce, Chris Reinhold, Blaine Barkus, Chris McDaniel. We've got Brandon Brown. We've got we try to, like you said, the amateur level is the foundation of this industry, and so we like to reach out to those like mid 600 to low 700 speed players and help them get their game going and help them get some kickbacks and get some entry fees. Carson Jaffrey out in California is one of our guys. We've got a lot of ambassadors. Wisconsin's going crazy right now. Robbie Wood is coming on for us. We've got a couple other guys down south. Andrew Cleary obviously is in the
We've been hearing about some amateurs out there in Florida that are going to be matching up using the Salotto app.
Yeah, the match of the century will be logged in Salotto with Dominic Dunn and Andrew Cleary. Those two guys, despite all of their successes in matchroom events, are deciding to go with the Salotto match for this next bit of promotion, and we're super excited about it.
Well, you know what? That just shows their ego is under control.
That's right. Yeah.
Well, but
yeah,
I mean, you'll keep Dom in line.
Yeah, totally. I mean, as long as he shaves Salotto in his head the next time, we're all good.
Boy,
but
speaking of Salotto, real quick, I just want to let everybody know who's tuning in. So this is actually a Salotto match right here, and Mike Davis Jr. and Joey Ryan. You can see their Fargos up there on the screen. They're actually playing a race to 9 in 8-ball. Joey figured that was his only chance at beating Davis as he goes and drills Mike. In a cross side. Yeah, man, I think you guys are doing great. I love, the sponsoring of players, everything online on social media with Dom and Cleary. Obviously, I'm a little bit biased because Dom is my boy. But yeah. It really just it works out really well. They're great promoters. They got a ton of personality, and really those are the guys that you want using the app are players like that. That guys that are staying in it and are going to be playing new people all over the country.
Totally. Yep, absolutely. And exposure like this is really good. And I got to give credit where credit's due. You guys have been extremely helpful in us getting out and getting our name out. Nate was one of the first people that we ever talked to on a podcast. And so we're grateful for that. Thanks, Nate. It's neat to see the industry see a need and have a tool for that need and have it be embraced like Salotto's been embraced. We couldn't be more grateful.
Well, listen, we appreciate what you guys are doing. Keep it up. We'll let you go so you can go enjoy dinner. And in the meantime, we're going to be watching these two donkeys. Oh, I take that back. One donkey and Mike Davis Jr. going and play a race to 9. Colby, we appreciate you jumping on with this, man. And we'll be talking with you soon.
Sounds great. Thanks a lot, you guys. I'll talk to you later.
Later, brother.
All right. Bye.
All right, Nate, are you with me?
I'm with you.
All right. Well, let's talk a little bit of pool, man, because we actually got a match going on.
Yeah, and it's we didn't miss much. It looked like all they do is run out.
Well, I think yeah, I mean, Mike had a chance to win that first game, and then he missed a cut down the rail.
Cut on the 1 ball, I think, right?
Yeah. And then Joey just cut it up like butter. Joey breaks dry, and then Mike comes with a pretty nice out there at the end. But here we are on rack number 3, tied 1-1.
So you know this a little bit better than I. Give us the specs of the table. They're playing big table 8-ball. It looks like obviously it's a diamond table. From that
ain't gonna cut it. Yeah, it's they're playing on 4 1/8 or 4 1/4, so it's a little snug. This is Mike's home court, so literally. But Nate, what do you think do you think 8-ball is more of an equalizer from, we obviously got their Fargos there, but do you think it's more of an equalizer as compared to like a 9-ball or a 10-ball?
Well, I mean, it's a completely different game than rotation.
For
I mean,
sure.
rotation, you're playing position of one ball. You use a lot more rails, and 8-ball is kind of
You got a lot of
it's a how
insurance with
well can you
8-ball.
play your it's how can you play your patterns, how safe can you play them, like you said, insurance. So how safe can you play them while also being attacking problem balls and stuff like that, being able to get onto those immediately without having to wait till your last few balls. It really comes down to pattern play, and I think it can be an equalizer amongst the pros, especially I would say European pros, because I don't think 8-ball is quite as popular of a game in Europe as it is in the States. And I mean, when you're I don't want to go and say that European pros can't play good patterns, but if you spend your entire life playing bar table 8-ball, like a lot of Americans kind of start that way, I think the patterns come a little bit more easy.
Well, there's an example right there of the insurance, because Mike kind of rubbed that 5-ball and he wasn't meaning to. I know he wanted to get on that 15, and instead he had to settle for that hanger he had. And since then, now he moved
Still
another
in a
ball
lot of trouble here.
yeah, he's gonna have to go and come with it here. What do you? I like
Yeah,
him
he's
going
gonna.
maybe 15 and then 9 to set up for the whatever it is, a 13 ball at the bottom
Well,
table.
I would be force following this through and then trying to
Was
get onto the 13 ball.
Well, that's what he did.
If you could,
He don't want to be
if
on
you
the
could get
rail though,
onto the
Nate.
if that's kind of I was going to say right around in that area. If you could get onto the 13 ball, the 9 ball not hard to play positioning on. The 13 ball is. So if he had a shot at the 13, I mean, he played it so nicely. It doesn't really matter
He
at this
did,
point.
man.
But if he had
Boy,
a
hit
shot
that
at
good.
13,
No,
I
he's
would
a
have
little
liked to
funky
take
here.
an
He's
8
got to
there.
go and he's jacked up over the ball. He's tree topped a little bit.
Just come right back to the same hole between the
Just
4 and the 7.
just gonna take his medicine here for the 8-ball in the upper right.
So this is where those pockets can get a little tricky. Just ever so slightly hampered on the 4 ball. Tricky little back cut. Not the easiest shot in the world.
Boy, I was
And
already
there's the
updating
pocket.
number 2 for Mike Davis Jr. on
Yeah, that was a 4 ball miss right there. Yeah, he missed that ball because he was hampered. That just jacked up that ever so slight amount. You're gonna get a little bit of unnecessary, undesired squirt from the cue ball. You're gonna mass it just ever so slightly, unless
Yeah,
you strike it perfectly square.
he wanted to make sure that he got that ball down to at least have a shot on the 8, right? Just kind of give it a smooth stroke there.
I think so, yeah. He's gonna make that shot more than he's gonna miss it. But with that being said, I mean, that was a tricky shot. It was not easy.
No, for sure. I mean, you're back cutting it, but meanwhile, Joey's got an
Ooh, he's got
opportunity
himself in a
here.
little bit of trouble here.
I don't know if
I mean,
he can
he's
see
not
that
bad, but
7.
he has
Yeah.
to take one now. Yeah, he has to take 1 ball now.
Well, he's gonna hit it a little thinner, which means that cue ball is gonna be running, unless he can
So
just hold it.
he's going to be going up and down the table. In his first 3 shots, he's going to travel the middle line on the table twice. And he's going to have to travel across the middle of the table 2 more times because of the pattern that he's being forced to play.
Well, he's been driving all day, so we're gonna find out how good his stroke is right here. And boy, he feathered that in. That was a really nice shot. I like that touch because he really allowed it to go and at a good speed to take in the pocket, Nate.
Yeah, I would like to see him play the 5 ball here. 5 ball's more natural to get onto 4 than the 7 with, the right side of the table.
Ooh.
Yeah, he hit it good. But if he gets a little bit deeper into that, he's in the same area he's at 4 where he can't get to the 7 ball.
Joey Ryan got
And I think the 3 ball's
just a little short.
He can. I mean, if he doesn't think he can hold it, he should. I think the natural angle, just a little bit of right hand spin, is around the back of the 8 ball. But I think he should hold it pretty easily. Well,
There you go. Just like you planned it, huh?
yeah, right. Short side in the corner.
Yeah.
Maybe he's trying to play left pocket
On
on
the
his
side.
last 3
I was
balls.
gonna say maybe you might be going on the side, Nate. No. Oh, there it is. There it is in the
Yeah,
8 ball
that's
to
pretty
go
good.
and take a 2-1 lead over Mike Davis Jr. It's
So
just
I
a
gotta
little
ask you,
when
Mike.
you go ahead, buddy.
It's so I'm in a pool hall myself. I was not planning on doing this, and you kind of reached out to me. Is the music in the background okay, or do I need to
No,
fix
actually, it
that?
ain't. It ain't really picking it up at all. At least not on my end.
Okay,
I don't know. Let me see here.
okay. I just
Um,
want to make sure that I'm not getting you guys into any sort of copyright or anything like that problems.
yeah, no, I didn't. I mean, maybe if you guys can hear us in the chat, let me bring on the chat here just a little bit. But if y'all can hear us in the chat, let us know if how the audio and the video is coming through. We're doing our best here. This is kind of a spur of the moment. There goes Joey breaking. Um, this was Joey's idea, man, and it was funny because he said, "Mike, I'm going to be traveling up the East Coast, going and traveling with my family." He said, "But why don't we do something where um, we just record a series of matches, and I'll just play the best player in town for 100 a set, and we'll do a whole thing about it." And I said, "Joey, man, that thing is made for Salotto. Yeah, that's exactly what what you're talking about here." And this is pretty much how everything came to be. But I'm a huge fan of 8 ball. I like seeing people go and have to work and pick apart a pattern and attack problems. So I really enjoyed the chess aspect of it. But then, if you get it pretty much wide open, and if you're breaking like Roberto Gomez, then it can be a little boring at times because of everything's just wide open, But um, here we are at 2-1, and Mike's got a little problem on that bottom right, huh, Nate? Oh, we might have lost Nate. Hold on a second. Let me bring him back in. You there, Nate?
Yeah, sorry, I was somebody said that my connection, it sounded like my audio wasn't great, and I'm kind of using Wi-Fi, so I figured I'd switch over to my 5G and figured that should help with the audio, so hopefully
Nice,
it does.
man. Well, I appreciate you jumping in. For those who don't know, I just messaged Nate like right before he went on because all this kind of happened last minute, and Nate was awesome
Yeah, and
enough
I'm
to
still
go
not
and
happy about
and
it.
join us.
I'm still not happy about it. I get a message out of the blue, and I have no idea what the heck's going on, and here I'm thinking,
Literally
maybe
blind.
maybe Dom's doing a practice session, and we're just down there to roast him. And it
Well,
turns out it's something real, and not happy about it. I wanted to
we
roast
can't
Dom.
we can't just we can't just open up those practice sessions to just everyone. There's levels of clearances that have to happen, in order to be on there. You got to sign a whole bunch of paperwork. I mean, it's a whole
A
it's a
couple NDAs.
yeah, it's a process for sure.
Ooh, got himself in some trouble here. We're going to see our first jump shot, I think.
Yeah, it
Well, I
looks
guess
like it.
he's actually.
Mike's been getting himself in a little bit of trouble, he's been having some issues every rack, but he got out of it a couple times. Let's see what he elects to do here. This is just no man's land, ain't it, Nate? I mean,
Yeah. No, it's
oh,
easy shot, Mike. What are you talking
oh.
about? No man's
All
land.
right,
You
all
didn't see
right.
that?
I didn't listen. First of all, I didn't even know that was the 1 ball. Secondly, I thought he was kicking at the 4 ball, whatever it is. But that was a hell of a shot by Mike Davis Jr. And he's coming with the 1s and 2s on my man. Good night.
He hit it. He hit it pretty
He
good.
hit it good. Yeah, he hit it like it's his
Yeah.
home table, huh?
We'll say that he hit it pretty good. We'll give him the benefit of the doubt on
Oh
that
my
one.
goodness. Oh my goodness.
It
That
sucks that we're gonna have the shot of the match in rack number 4, but I guess hopefully they still have a couple of the good ones.
oh, I don't know about you, but it kind of got a little blurry for me.
Yeah, their autofocus is getting a little goofy on it.
Yeah, maybe I'll have to message
This is
Joey
not
Ryan.
slot quality. Cole's gonna come back on here and tell you guys to take
Yeah, for sure. No
their
doubt.
name off
No
it.
doubt. Let me see if I can message Joey.
Pool player podcast with this guy.
Joey, if you can hear us, fix the autofocus, man. Let's see. Well, he looks to be going towards it, so hopefully we'll be addressing it here momentarily. There it is. There it is. We're back. We're back in action, Nate.
Easy game. I think what happened is the camera couldn't handle how good of a shot that was.
No, it was
And
too
it's
much
like,
heat. Too much
yeah,
heat,
just
for
crashing.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't
Yeah.
take quality like that.
We can only
Even
handle
the
so
camera
much of
one. Even
yeah.
the camera wants dumb quality shots.
That was like the bank combo that he you saw that was like the bank combo that my man hit him with.
It's always a lot more fun when you can rip on somebody who doesn't have the chance to defend themselves. You know.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm
I
actually
mean,
pretty
I would
excited
have.
for their matchup though. I'm
It's
telling
gonna
you
be
what, like
good.
when they first announced it, I'm like, what in the heck is this? What is going on? And then I'm not gonna lie, I think I put this on one of his posts. If pro players marketed their matches as well as these two are doing it, every single that pool player would be a trillionaire.
Well, the
The things that
problem
they're
is some of
doing to
these guys
promote
are
matches is
real
sick.
a lot of guys are introverts, so that's part of the issue, but from
So
a
you're
lot of these
telling me that
promoters.
they hate money so much that they're unwilling to do stuff like that. Is what you're telling me.
Well, I mean, some people just ain't got the personality. Like, listen, it was perfect
Yeah.
because Dom and Cleary love talking about Dom and Cleary, so they hit the jackpot with those two, let me tell you. But no,
Yeah,
they're
I'll bet.
both they're thinking outside the box, man.
Cleary is like crazy talented.
Yeah,
As
for
much of a
sure.
clown as he like presents himself as, guy is like stupid talented when it comes to editing videos and just marketing in general. Did you ever
No,
see
absolutely.
his YouTube video he did that like Cribs edition and it's like gutter?
No, I didn't.
Oh man,
Yeah.
I'll send it to you later. It's oh my god, it's like the funniest thing I've ever seen. Actually,
Meanwhile,
who's out there in the podcast or who's out there in this that I know and I can make them do my research for me.
well, looks like Mike Davis went for a rail first and jawed it up, and Joey's gonna have a little bit of work here. But yeah, no, man, I love what they're doing, and they've been putting in a lot of effort. It was funny because whenever I saw Dom in South Carolina, I forgot the name of that damn town, but anyway, I saw Dom in South Carolina, and I had him pick me up from the hotel, and Shane's driving up, and he goes, Shane, he turns on the live video on his phone, right, and he says, Shane, whenever I ask you a question, just say Dom. And Shane just says, okay. So he goes live and he says, who's the best player in Florida? And Shane goes, Dom. He records it, edit, the whole nine, right? After Dom goes live and ends it, Shane looks at me dead and he goes, who's that? And I said, no, he's probably Facebook Live or something. He said, no. Who's Dominic Dunn? And I about died. And it was funny because Shane just busted out laughing. And he said, now that you should have recorded. And we were almost in tears. But my point is they've been working on it since way back then, since Aiken. So him and Andrew have been putting in a ton of hours, traveling all over the place to get all these skits and reaching out to people. So I can't wait, man. January 2nd, I believe, right? At 4 p.m. Eastern?
It's still way too far out for me to be able to care
Understandable.
about researching it. What do you think I do? Cover the sport for a living?
Well, that's all we got you here, man.
Oh, can I do
That's why
some
I'm.
plug-in, by the way? Do you mind
Yeah,
if I
for sure,
plug
man.
my own stuff?
Yeah.
In fact, I can open this invite up to you too as well. Go live with Jeremy Jones tomorrow at 1 p.m. Central on the Cue It Up Network page to talk about, all things Mosconi Cup and Jeremy Jones. So if you want to join in for that, tomorrow at 1.
Yeah, for sure, man. That'll be
You
exciting.
skipped out on this podcast, but that's fine.
In all fairness, I mean, you only hit me up like the day before, like usual. So,
Airing that dirty
ooh,
laundry.
yeah, I don't know. You think he was playing the carom there, or he just hit it bad?
To be honest with you, I wasn't watching that.
You wasn't
I'm
watching.
not
I
gonna
thought he
lie.
can just make that ball on the side, but yeah. Anyway, it looks like Mike's got an open table, and I expect him to go and make work of this. But that ball deep in there in the top right, he'll have to navigate that because that can be a little bit tricky of a shot there.
Yeah, I think as long as you don't save for last, you should be okay. I like probably playing the whichever ball here, whether it's a 10 ball or I think it's 15 ball. Whichever one I like to actually positioning on that ball here, if I can.
Well, we're about to find out here. Whatever it is, I like Mike's chances. That's for sure. There's Joey in the podcast. I mean, in the
Yeah, so he's
in the
gonna
chat
take
there.
He's going to take on combination. The only thing is you definitely not want to hit the rail first here. Your 9-ball, you do not want, yeah.
Wow.
Sure
I think he came out smelling like roses there because that could have been.
He came out real bad.
You don't think he can get to the 10?
No, I don't.
Maybe you're
I
right.
don't think
Maybe
he
you're
can.
right. I think he
But
can. I think there's a little bit of a gap there. But either way, he
must be. He's going to hit this next shot.
Yeah.
But now he's going to
actually
actually have to play that 9 to the 8. It's tough.
I like just rolling it and just following it on that shot that Mike just did. But I mean, whatever, the 9's hanging there now, so he should be all right here.
Well, a general rule on combinations that I try to follow is, religiously as I possibly can, never play positioning on the ball that you're comboing. You just catch things a little bit goofy or a little bit wrong from what you think you were going to do, and that ball, if he plays position on that 9 ball afterwards and he catches the rail, the 9 ball's on the bottom rail, and it just gets really, really tricky to maintain a shot on the second ball. So I like as a general rule, never play position on the ball that you're using the combo, and that's why he fired at it and came down table.
Well,
you guarantee yourself a shot that way.
Yeah, I mean, he wanted to make sure he left it as good as possible, and he was flirting again, but he's got to have it though, right?
Well,
he played it that
he
way.
Has a side pocket. I think he's going to be like razor cutting this.
If he's got to go bottom left, woof, cutting the paint off a little bit.
I think he's going to have to. Maybe he's got the bank, but if he has the bank available, you're still cutting it from here, I think.
Well, he ain't banking the ball. I can promise you that. I don't like rolling it, but he
looked
played all cue ball there, it looked like.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Joey's going to have to come with a real good shot if he wants to try to run out. I think the better shot here is probably just dinking the cue ball off that 4 ball and using 5 and the 4 as blocks. Kind of bank the 4 ball up between the 3rd diamond and the 5 ball. Use both of those balls to block. I mean, on 4 1/4 inch pocket, I don't think you want to take on this ball. Maybe he does.
I'd go for the 5 before I go for the 2, but it looks like he's just playing safe here.
Yeah, banking it right around 3rd diamond. Yeah, that's the shot.
You better hope that got wired.
Yeah, I think it is wired, but the 5 definitely goes in the corner. Worst case scenario. And once you move that file with where the 4 ball is, you don't really have to worry about position on the 4 ball. You're going to be able to get onto it from anywhere.
Well, he's going in the air, Nate.
No, I think he's.
Oh no, he's not. Matt's saying it. Okay. Yeah. It looked. I couldn't tell. We're about to find out if it's wired here in a minute. Then.
So this would be this is like a perfect example of what I'm talking about. If that ball is wired, he'll definitely take it first because you never want to.
Yeah.
You never want to have to positioning off. If you can do it and get positioning, that's great. You always should have a backup plan, and you can see the full well played position on 2 ball there.
Yeah, absolutely. And now we can just go up and down table for the 5 ball, and 8 ball's just hanging. So looks like Joey's going to go and steal another one. And Mike's letting him hang around. I mean, although he's got the higher Fargo rate, Joe is more than capable. And here we are. Let me update the score.
Well, the way currently Mike is playing, Joey's Fargo rate doesn't really matter. And I don't mean that in like a sense of like disrespect or anything, but when you're running down to the 8 ball or the ball before the 8 ball and missing, most players can run out a wide open rack. Now, of course, Joey's gonna have to earn this. He's not gonna get. I think all 3 of his wins were from wide open table, right? Where Mike missed a ball in the rack.
Well, I know at least 2 out of the 3, if I remember right. I mean, Mike let him in when Mike had a chance. So, but you're right. He's got to go and seal the deal there. But either way, Joey Ryan goes and steals one, and it's 3-2. 8 ball's kind of tricky to go and break.
Yeah, I think most of these have been dry so far. Let's watch the wing ball, see where they're going.
Well, he hit that one.
One went low and one went high. 15 ball 4 rails. Nope. So yeah, this table's pretty
dry
tough.
again. Yeah, for sure. What do you like here, Nate?
What do I like here? Well, I think you have to play the stripes. If that 4 ball passes, nah. Yeah,
that 15 balls in a bit of is a little tricky though for stripes, ain't it?
Yeah, But the 2 ball's tricky, the 5 ball's tricky, because the 5 ball doesn't go anywhere, and neither does the 2 ball really. I mean, of course, you can play it into the side pocket for both of them, but you can't really get onto those balls. The 6 ball's tricky. I don't know that the 4 ball goes, so I'd be playing stripes here.
He's taking
In fact,
stripes for sure.
In fact, I think I'd actually take a 13 ball right now, and I would have went after that 15 ball with my first shot. He
Oh, like
played
come up and down from that 13 ball, you mean?
Yeah, come off 2 rails and just try to run down into the 6 ball. You know, kind of just try to run into that cluster. If you move them, if you move any of those balls, you should get something out of it. But I think he's gonna attack it right here, going.
Yeah. You think he's just gonna come flat across, or is he gonna go and set up an angle on the 14 to go and attack that ball?
If he's going for it, he's gonna go at it 2 rails like this.
Oof.
But
well, he tried.
And he's
all right though.
He's gonna get one more swing at it 2 rails.
He's got that shot here coming up that you just talked about.
Yeah, at this point, he could hit this with a bunch of high inside spin, go 2 rails at it again. But I think he'll just settle for his losses here. Just get up on the 14 ball and take a guaranteed easy swing at it. You would like to be able to swing at it with that 14 ball there.
I like that. That, you know what? That's not bad because you got that 10 ball on the bottom right, the way that he played it right there.
Yeah.
Now he's just gonna hit it with inside to go and attack it.
You'd love to be able to play this breakout with the 14 ball on that side of the table, so you're not shooting like the table away. But he missed that one.
Too much spin.
But he left Joey. I mean, really the part of this rack that's difficult is the 5 ball, and it really always was the 5 ball and the 2 ball. But he moved a ball that covers up the 2 balls. The success of this one is really going to be predicated on whether or not he can move that 5 ball.
Nate, I'll be right back, my man.
Yeah, no problem. Well, I guess I should say that anymore. The 4 ball's now obviously the trickiest ball. I kind of forgot that ball existed. So you can go at the 4 ball right here off 1 ball if you wanted to, and that would also solve another problem for him in opening that left middle pocket for the 5 ball. I think I personally like that. Unless you're going to try to get underneath 4 ball to play the 4 ball into the bottom left pocket, I think I like playing 1 ball here and drawing back into the 4 and trying to clear it. But Joey likes 2 ball. So he's trying to get underneath it. So the 4 ball must not super easy on the pockets, but it seems to go into the bottom left. Doesn't have the easiest shot at it, but he's pot committed to it at this point. He kind of has to take a swing at it, I think. Well, he's going to try and get better on using the 3 ball, but it's not easy to get better on it. And, well, he missed the 7 ball. So the 15 ball is still going to be tricky. Doesn't look like it'll go past the 4, so I personally like 13 ball here and just try to send the cue ball straight down table and try to run into the 4 and the 15 ball.
Can you hear me, Nate? All right, buddy. Sorry about that. I'm back. All right, where are we at here?
Oh, so he must be able to get into the 15 ball. I can't imagine he can take that bank on if he is. Maybe he's able to cut it. No, he definitely wouldn't take the
combo.
Okay, so he was able to cut it, yeah.
Ooh, well, he came out looking pretty good there, Nate.
Yeah, that's not too bad. The camera was a little tricky. I didn't think he had the room to between that.
Yeah, it was hard to tell the space between the solid there.
Yeah. So this is looking pretty good. I'm gonna have to do some moving. I'm actually gonna be playing 2 league tonight, so I'm gonna have to move my way to that far and play as Mike gets himself in trouble here. So there'll be a little bit of background noise.
I think he is in trouble here, Nate, because I'm not sure that he can go and see that 10 ball.
Well, the 13 ball will slice in.
It's thin.
It's really thin, and the leave is not exactly easy. So I think you go rail first on the 10 ball, and then you either need to commit to hitting it very soft and trying to stay below the 5 ball, or you need to commit to just kind of firing it and getting the cue ball into a window down table somewhere. I think you have to hit it kind of stiff. Get the cue ball just down table.
You got a big window to go and get into, but
Yeah, so
that
yeah,
ain't gonna go and get there because Joey's gonna have a wide open table here. I don't think there's any problems.
yeah. I just don't
It's-
like hitting that ball soft. I just don't like hitting that ball
Well,
soft.
but
I think it makes
if
the
he
shot a lot
catches it
harder.
thinner, he's coming up higher than where he's at right now. So he would have had a shot, you know. He's
Yeah,
taking a look to see if that five ball
yeah.
passes.
If not, I expect he'll be drawing the cue ball back to the bottom rail here. Although he might have to move that 4 ball.
I don't like doing that shot because
Yeah,
wiped his feet a little bit, but it went in. He hit it right into the
so
rail.
he's gonna have to go down table at this 5 ball here. There's no way he's gonna play from the 4 to the 5. You do not
checking.
want that 5 to be in your last ball. I know that.
Well, it's kind of weird because the 10 ball's kind of in a similar spot, although it's a little bit lower, and I don't think it passes on the bottom right. It's tight enough to where Joey's already looked at it twice to see if it passes on the bottom left.
they call that a wishful look.
See if it changed any?
It wouldn't go the first time. So you take a second off and then look at it again and just wish that it changed. That's what I call those a wishful look.
We've been there. We know.
Oh,
We've all had those.
well, that's like 50% of my game, man.
Yeah.
Just wishing things were different.
Well, he's got an angle to do whatever he wants here, Nate.
Yeah, he'll go. No, I was gonna say he's
painted
gonna
for the
2
side?
cushions. Yeah, I think I don't like that shot. I actually like trying to play that ball in the corner because if you come short, like I like trying to play that into the top left. Because if you come short, you have the left middle, and if you go long, you have the top right. If you go really long, you have the right middle. This way, if you lit short, which you kind of did, you basically have nothing.
I mean, he's looking at where the cue ball is going to end up, but I think you just got to bear down and make this ball because I don't really like playing safe anywhere on the table. You're going to end up selling out one of these 2 balls here. So you kind of just have to go all in and just make that ball.
Well, if you get the cue ball on the short rail left first diamond, it's actually a pretty good shot. But you got to left of that. If you're on just, well, I guess just to the right at left first diamond, it's not a bad shot if you can play the bank and that. But
Well, I mean, I know it's thin, but it's close to the pocket. I'd imagine Mike knows how to go and hit this shot on his table. But either way, that cue ball is going to be having some speed.
yeah, but your cue ball is going to be on the right side. I mean, unless you carry him off the 5 and go to the left side of the table, your cue is going to be on the right side of the table. Is where it needs to be.
He kind of spun it, but he came out. Yeah, he came out real good on that one, Nate.
I mean, it's almost like this guy's a good player. So what do you think?
Yeah, it's almost like he's played on a Moscone Cup.
Nice.
Well, he left it. Yeah.
A little bit of work to do, but
on 4 1/4, you know,
I dug it. I know that.
it's not a gimme.
I
Oh, no
dug it.
doubt, 1,000%.
I don't even know if I'd get it inside that first diamond.
Ooh. Well, it went in, and that's all that matters. And we got a tied ball game at 3-3 and a race to 9. The game is a big table weight ball presented by Salotto. We got Nate Mindham here, Pool Player Podcast. I'm sorry, of Cue It Up Network. He's gonna have Jeremy Jones on tomorrow. What time are you gonna have Jeremy on, Nate, for everyone watching?
1 p.m. Central.
Nice. It'll be live,
We're
right?
hoping to. Yeah, it'll be live.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah, we'll be talking Moscone Cup. We'll be talking Jeremy's career. I'm really curious to see what playing in that Moscone Cup for his desire to play again.
You think it kind of lit the fire?
I don't know how it can, man. With the way that he played, I mean, he was probably 4 shots away from having 4 points. You know, not all the shots were his. Of course, the 4 ball from Chris.
That's not exaggerating either.
his sixth ball against Dave. He already had one on the board for the team event. I mean, he was probably 3 or 4 shots away from 4 points.
And he
And
beat
looking at him is
Kachi
like
in the team event.
Yeah, it was once. I know he did him the first time through. I think Kachi got him the second time, if I'm not mistaken. Or maybe they didn't play a second time.
No, I don't think they did, Nate. But here
Yeah.
We got
I
another
was
dry
drunk by that
break
time.
here.
I was drunk by then. I don't really remember.
Well, this is definitely a match where the break does not favor you any, because both of them were having a hard time getting it down. I like the racking with the triangle. That makes it just that much tougher. And
Yeah, I
Joey's
think
got some.
I think 8-ball's a game that you have to play with the wood rack. I mean, I just hate the idea of the challenge part of 8-ball is like it's working through the trouble and playing complex patterns and just kind of grinding through racks. And I think the magic rack
Well, it's like you can say that like pro
kinda
players
negates
playing
that.
10-ball too, because that can be real gaffy with the way they know how to break.
Yeah, a little bit. But the patterns part of it, having 5 extra balls on the table, having it congested is what I think is the magic of the game of 8-ball, is working through those issues.
That's a fancy word.
I just learned it today. I read the dictionary.
I'm about to put that one in my back pocket. The majesty of it, I like it. He's looking at the 2-ball. Oh, he's looking at
Yeah,
the
I just
1, but the.
sorry, I
Go
just
ahead,
got
Nate.
in my car, so I'm able to watch again. So it's still open? Is that right?
Yeah, it's still open. He's just looking at everything, the 6-4 where the 2-ball's
Yeah.
at.
So you're definitely taking solids because of the 14 to 12 ball.
Yeah.
Even the 13 ball is just a little bit tricky. So the trick is you got to get on that 4 ball immediately, like within the first shot or two, because the 6 ball is in
Wow.
serious.
He just 2-stroked that one.
Ooh. Wow.
Joey.
So the trick of this rack is to not have play a combination on the 6-4. So if you can get that 4
Oh no,
out
that's
of
a
the way,
horrible combination. You don't want any part
yeah,
of that because
yeah.
it's off
So
angle, and you got to pretty much go into the rail from the hit the 6-ball into the rail to go and make that 4-ball. So there's
yeah,
you got to go and attack that 4 right away, and that's part of what you got to do in 8-ball. A big part of it is to attack problems early on, or figure out how you're going to go and play safe early on. Whenever you got problems like that.
so
My,
I guess you're still taking solids. I like probably the 5 ball going up just to the left of that, what I think is the 14 ball. You can hold for that 7 ball too and get that out of the way too, because that's a little bit of trouble. But I don't look at that as being nearly as important as getting onto that 6 ball first. Or, sorry, not the 6 ball, the 4 ball. Sorry.
He almost hung that one up. I think he's taking your advice and electing to go from the 5 to the 7 here. Unless he plays the 1 all the way in the upper right. And if he does that, he'll for sure be able to get onto the 4 ball next.
Well, yeah, I think you have to take the 1 ball here. I'd see the 7 ball as that huge of an issue, and I look at 4 ball as being everything. Oh, he missed that ball for sure.
I don't like the way that he
easy.
played it. Yeah. It looked like it was in the going, but it's deep in there for sure. Now everything's just going to be. He'll have a lot of options now if he does get back to the table. Joey, on the other hand, I think that 12 ball goes and passes the 7. I could be wrong, but he's got to have an
Yeah,
opener, and that 9
if I'm
ball looks
Joey,
like
I'm not even trying to run out. I'm actually playing this 9 ball, I think. Well, I mean, maybe you could try to run out, but man, I hate the idea of playing this 9 ball and drawing up to the, kind of where his cue is, and just basically shooting that 14 ball into the 1 ball and trade hangers.
He hit that
And
well.
basically just playing a safety and trying to kind of do the, you're basically playing chess at that point. You're trying to move your position, your pieces in a better position He's going to try to run out, though.
You think so? I like just making this ball here, and then just taking over that pocket in the upper right to where he's going to have the 4-6 blocked up.
So the reason why that shot was before was because that 12 ball actually covers up the center ball.
Oh, Joey. It's like he's thinking about what to do, and then once he decides what he wants to do, he's just like two-stroking it, you know?
Yeah. So it starts with the 3-3-1 combination. He's gonna try to. I think he's gonna try to make the 3 ball too. Either he's gonna try to make the 3 ball with the 1 ball, or he's gonna hit it plenty hard enough that the 3 ball comes out of that pocket. He does not want to
Come
have
around for the 4.
sticking there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
come around and try to play the 4 ball, but he didn't get there. He's got the 2 though, and I don't think he can make the 7.
Yeah,
but I don't like leaving this until the end. I mean, you got to make sure you get in that window though, Nate, because now you're only gonna really have one other ball. If you put this 2 ball down, let's say you get on the 4, now you're only gonna have one other ball to get to after you go and make the 4 ball.
Well, if there's one good thing that changed now is that the 6 ball will actually go into the bottom right. So he could have played from 4 to the 6, but that's obviously not in the cards at this point, if it ever was. I mean, this is super tough, Mike. I think he's going to have to like super draw this with low right hand spin.
Well, this is what happens when you kind of save your problems to the end, though. You know.
Yeah, he's down by the 9. He hit that good.
He did hit it good, but he's gonna have to come with another one and come 2 rails.
Yeah.
The good part is he's got a big area to go and land into, though, Nate. Right?
Yeah. And the 8 ball's been opened up. The 8 ball,
Oof.
The 8 ball doesn't have any clutter around it anymore.
Oh boy! Oh boy!
I think he's jaw hooked. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're gonna get to see the second masse out of Mike.
I thought I was the only one that got rolls that bad.
Well, I would like to say I do too, but I do boneheaded things and put myself in position, so those aren't really rolls.
Well, he's not going to give up ball in hand, but
he got a little bit of he got a little lucky in the fact that he one pocket away from the 12 ball and he got unlucky in the sense that he put him on the 12 ball.
No, I think that's the 10 up top. I could be wrong, but he's going right after this right away, and I like that.
Yeah, so that's kind of what I was saying a couple racks ago, where it doesn't really matter what Joey's Fargo is when you were talking about, because he's just cleaning up wide open racks. Most
for sure.
600 are going to get out of this one. I wonder if what do you think? Think Mike's a little nervous with this? The camera's rolling. What? I mean, this is not his game. I mean, that's for sure.
It's uncharacteristic mistakes by Mike Davis for sure. But to his credit, I mean, it didn't take much negotiating here to get him to go and play A-ball with Joey. So Joey asked for this to be the game because he felt this is where he had his best shot at Mike. And kudos to Mike for being open to that. I don't know. I mean, he's gotten a little bit funky here and there. I would say at least, assuming that Joey puts these next 3 balls away, 3/4 of his wins are going to be via gifts from Mike Davis, because Mike had an opportunity in at least 3 games that I can remember out of these potential 4 to put Joey in a really big hole.
Absolutely. I mean, the missed super thin cut on the 1 ball in the first game. I mean, it wasn't the easiest, but he'll tell you he's supposed to make that for sure. And then he had a missed 8 ball that he was just ever so slightly elevated over, and hooking himself right there in that 6 ball. And Joey comes up nice wide open tables, and to his credit, he's getting out of them. He's really, he's got himself a little tricky, and I think one of the runouts. Other than that, it's just been super clean.
Well, he's handling his business and getting lucky in the sense that Mike's letting him back in, So, but Joey's a 690. What is it? 697. So just like you said, that's what he's supposed to do, right? And we got a 4-3 matchup Joey Ryan takes the lead. Nate, are you still there?
I think I am.
Okay, good deal.
I know the bar that I'm going has the greatest reception at it, so it'll be hit and miss to whether or not I'm going to be able to stick with you. But if I can, I will.
Well, I mean, we just appreciate you coming on. I know this was kind of last minute, and Joey, I think Joey
wasn't
did tell
ideal.
me, you know. Well, we can maybe make that happen. I might be able to pull a few strings there.
Put me in, coach.
Oh, did he get a ball down? He did. He's got a ball down.
Two for it.
At least one that I saw.
Nice. The solids on this table are. He has a free.
You're kind of breaking up a little bit, Nate. Your connection might be taking a dive there, my man.
We're working our way to the place. We're there, so here it's going to be. Can you still hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, maybe the bar has a fight too. I'll do my best. This is a rack that you want solid so bad you might end up actually taking on a weird shot on the 6-ball or banking 3-ball because the stripe's just not really an option here.
I mean, it's hard to tell, but I'm assuming he can't get to that 7-ball. Yeah, he must not be able to because he's going for the 9-ball here, and the only reason why you go and do that is because you don't have anything on solids, and yeah, I guess Joey's just returning the favor because that was a gift there, and Mike Davis Jr. is 1,000% going to be taking on solids. He's got to go and open up for the 8-ball though, or do something to where that 8-ball is going to go and past the 15 or in the upper right.
I think you can comfortably get onto that 1-ball as your last ball. I think you could play that 8-ball into the right middle bucket pretty easily off of the 1-ball, but he's not looking at that as an option. So I hope he's not running up to this 15-ball here. I don't like that shot.
I think he is. He's
gonna be hitting it hard.
He wants to open up the 8. Well, I think you're still sitting good in that 10 and whatever that is, 10, 12. Looks like it's all locked up. So, and everything from Mike's going to be wide open. He's going to be playing for the 7-ball on the side. What are they playing for? So, just to answer a question in the chat, I think they're playing for 100. It's a cheap action. These guys are longtime buddies, but more importantly, just to go and showcase the Salotto app. So if you guys haven't downloaded it, please do. It's a great way to go and match up with people with Fargo rates from all over the country. They're at Mike's home here, I believe, in North Carolina. Scores 4-3 in favor of Joey Ryan. It looks like Mike's going to be able to tie it up here as long as he can put these next 2 balls away. Oh, a little wide.
Whoa.
I think that was from being on that rail and trying to hold it maybe for the 8.
Yeah.
And Joey's got a big opportunity here to completely take control.
Are you still able to hear me, Mike?
Yeah, I can hear you. It's gotten a little louder in the background. I like that save from Joey. He opened up his problem, put him pretty much in jail. That was a really nice shot from Joey. Just to answer a few more questions from people in the chat. I'm not sure if I'm going to be in Tucson. I know that Predator event's going to be going on. I'll be watching it for sure. We should be attending the one in Vegas though in March, hopefully. And then plans are to go to Derby as well. So Wow. Mike got the most out of that one, and he's not giving up ball in hand. So I like that, showing a little bit of fight. But Joey's gonna have a chance to put him away here because everything's open now, Nate. He might be losing Nate because his connection seems to be hit or miss here. But you there, buddy? I didn't catch it, buddy. Sorry. It was breaking up some. But we got Joey making work of these, last 6 balls on the table. He's just picking he's just deciding what it is that he wants to do here, how he wants to go and attack it. He's got nothing on the rail, so he's got the world of options here. I don't think he wanted that much angle, but he should be all right. Nice recovery from Joey. See what he wants to do here. If he wants to draw back around from the 11 to the 10, or if he just wants to thin the 10. Well, yeah, it's a little bit rough. You got to put that ball away, Joey. But he didn't leave. This ain't a hanger for Mike, and these tables are 4 1/8, y'all. So they're not necessarily playing on buckets, And to their credit, I saw him going spearing a back cut like this earlier. So who knows? He may just put it right in the hole. Yeah, just like that. Yeah, good shot by Mike. Back out to the middle of the table. I don't think anything's a gimme here, but he's certainly in a really good spot to go and tie this match up at 4-4. Good shot by Mike Davis. We got action. 4-4 in a race to 9. We appreciate everyone for joining in with us. I think we lost Nate, but we're gonna stick with you. Or at least I am. Mike's gonna be breaking here, but it hasn't been much of an advantage for either one of them because both of them have been having troubles getting any balls down. That last game was really the first time that I can remember where Joey got a ball down on the break. So, and even then he had issues from the very beginning. So, but Joey's going to be kicking himself for letting that one get away because, when you have 4 balls in those kind of positions like you had him in, you got to make sure you get him down. Give me just a second here, guys. Yeah, Nate's not going to be able to come on with us because his internet's not that great. So I'm going to have to call in some reinforcements here. But Nate, we appreciate you, man. My man, like you mentioned, tomorrow afternoon, I think he said around 1, he'll have Jeremy Jones on. I don't know if I'll be on there with him, but Jeremy's a great interview. He can just touch base on a number of different aspects of the game. I'm sure they're going to be talking Mosconi Cup, just pool in general. Jeremy's just a wealth of information. And as a matter of fact, I think he might be commentating the Dunn and Cleary match. A little birdie with the glasses might have told me that. So that'll be awesome. Looks like Joey elected to go with stripes here, but in the upper right-hand corner, he's got some issues because of that 2 ball. Kyle says, does Salotto have an option to watch matches if they're being streamed? I know you can stream from there. I'm not sure. Maybe Colby's in the chat. He can go and touch base on that. Sorry. I'm not 100% to be honest with you. I wonder if he can play the 11 ball off of one of those balls. I like that shot. Oh, and speaking of, I did get some reinforcements. We got the man himself back. See, I like that shot. I like playing it off. Colby came to help me out and save me a little bit.
What's up?
What's up, buddy? Thanks for coming back on here with me.
Yeah, of course.
Have you been checking it out, man?
Yeah, I've been watching the match.
Awesome, man. There was a question in here, Colby. Maybe you can answer it. Does Salotto have an option to watch matches if they're being streamed?
Not currently. So what you'll have to do is just watch it on a regular streaming outlet, and then you can kind of track it that way, but not through the app yet.
Okay, good deal. And this is the man who would know. He's one of two of Team Salotto, one of the halves. Joey played that 11 ball pretty good. He's got my dogs are barking in the background. He's looking real good here now. Everything's wide open for him.
If it looks like I'm not looking at the screen, I've got my laptop below us.
Oh no, you're good. You're good, buddy.
Let me see if I can adjust it.
Excuse the dogs in the background, everybody. I think someone's here at the house. Joey's looking like he wants to put a little bit of mustard on that ball, and
there we go.
How did he hit that? Boy, he got pretty good.
He's
gonna have to hold. Yeah. He was kind of playing with fire a little bit, but I think he'll be all right. He's got a window to go and get into. I like playing it into the rail and coming back out. I don't like trying to hold this ball, and I don't think Joey will, especially because all they can cue is on the top of that cue ball.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what are you doing, Joey? What are you doing? He wanted to come around. He wanted to come around two rails.
He did.
And now he's in no man's land. He's going for a one rail kick here and just praying. He'll probably just call the bottom left just in case, or maybe
he could go
middle.
To the side and get by that 7.
Oof, that's a landmine over there, Colby. You got to dodge a lot of bullets, you know?
It's true.
Yeah. But even here, I mean, all you can cue is the top of the ball. I mean, you can give it some left if you want to, but
yeah, what's he lining up for
there? I guess a 2 rail, but or maybe a 1 rail. I don't. It's hard to tell. All right, we got another guest commentator in with me, man. Jeremy Mason from the Sweat Podcast.
Oh yeah,
Jeremy, can you hear us? I don't think Jeremy can hear us, but yeah. So Joey went for that 1 rail and gave Mike another late Christmas present again, Colby.
Mm-hmm.
And now he just really put him in jail. I mean, he's welded to the back of that 1 ball.
Oh, got it.
Yeah, and this is part of what I love about 8-ball is because you can be looking real good, and then all of a sudden,
hello,
one mistake, and you're in a real bad spot. Jeremy, can you hear us? I don't think Jeremy can hear us.
I don't think so either.
We were able to hear you though. If you can hear us, Jeremy.
Oh, there we go. Can you hear me, Mike?
Yeah, can you hear us?
Yeah, we're good now. I think I was muted on my computer.
Oh nice.
Oh, well, he made the best out of that one, but that was a really tough spot that Mike Davis Jr. put him in there.
Yeah, so a nice match here. On paper, Joey, a little bit of an underdog, but looking pretty good. The last time I got to see Joey play, he was going through some stroke changes, some mechanic work, and he really was struggling. But he looks pretty fundamentally sound here. A couple mistakes from what I've seen, but he's actually looked like the more solid of the two players to this point in the match.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think they've both been a little rocky at times. This kind of situation Mike's given him, where late in games he's left Joey an open table, and here Joey is returning the favor to Mike. But that's part of 8 ball, though. You got to make sure and handle your business, because running out, 7 isn't going to go and get you anywhere. You got to make sure and put that rack away with guys of this caliber.
Absolutely. If you just remove the traffic, you make it easier for them.
Yeah.
Who else is on with us, Mike?
Colby from Team Salotto is on with us.
Oh, awesome. Nice to meet
Hey,
you,
what's up,
Mr.
Mike?
Colby. You know, what's funny is what you said is so true, but it's actually even more so on the big table playing 8 ball, because it just can't defend itself with the traffic like a bar table can.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you mean in the sense that everything kind of gets even more opened up on
Yeah,
the on the 9-foot?
In a typical rack, you might have 2 balls tied up on the big table, whereas on a bar table, you're at least going to have 2 or 3 clusters most of the time that need to be addressed. So you're always got the worst of it playing 8 ball on any table if you run down and leave your opponent with 1. Even if they can't run out, you're going to be hating your life until the rack's over.
Well, Mike's done pretty good job here of cleaning up these last few balls and keeping it super simple. He's gonna go and put this 8 ball down, I think, to take his first lead of the match at 5-4. So making a little bit of a move here, right in the meat potatoes part of it.
Has Mike been playing any? Do you know, Molina?
I know he primarily plays out of the East Coast. I think I've seen him on some regional events, but I mean, Mike will tell you himself, he's not a full-time traveling pro anymore. But he still plays very sporty, man.
He's got the farter to show.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I was just maybe alluding to the fact that he might be a little bit out of stroke right now. I know for a fact, if anybody, a couple comments earlier in the chat saying these guys don't look like their ratings or whatever. I've seen Mike Davis Jr. play some great bar table 8 ball. I know this is the big table, but the bar table 8 ball I think is the harder game if you're going to be a real 8 ball player. And Mike Davis, I mean, at the Maryland State 8 ball tournament, I saw him just beat top player after top player after top player and take it down. So definitely has the game.
No, absolutely. And I think they're both, I mean, by now they got to be in stroke, right? They want to go and take this match down. They've kind of been a little timid at certain parts of the rack, but it's time to go and pull away here. And Joey's got a little funky again. Maybe it's just that speed of the table kind of giving him some problems.
Came away okay there. You can get around it. Do you guys have help for me, or is it just me?
A little bit, but it's all right, Colvin.
Okay.
I wonder what he's going to do here, if he's going to go for the bank or back cut, or he went for the bank.
Steven in the comments, that's a good question. Mike, do you know off the top of your head if there's an app for Restream so the viewers can check it out on the TV?
So I think we're Facebook Live here through Restream, but like personally, whenever I open up a Facebook Live on my phone, I think it's called AirPlay. I think it is from my iPhone, to where I can watch it on my smart TV, and that's usually what I do at times. But aside from that, this is what I got Joey for for the tech stuff.
Well, I didn't realize it was on Facebook Live. I should have known that. I was watching on that before I got on. But you can also download the Facebook Watch app and then follow the page for whoever's going live.
Yeah, and I think this is also through the Pool Player Podcast on YouTube as well. So there's a few different platforms that we're streaming it on at the same time. Nice shot there.
Great shot.
Now, do we just have the one camera angle here today, Mike?
Yeah, for sure. It was very spur of the moment, as we mentioned earlier. Joey had hit me up, I think it was yesterday, and said that there's a chance that this might happen. And then today, literally like around and I want to say it was around like 1 or 2 o'clock my time central, that Joey said it's looking like it's a go. So like we talked about earlier, though, whenever he brought it up, he mentioned about playing players from around the country because he's going to be traveling the East Coast. I said, man, bringing in, the Salotto guys is a perfect marriage here, because this is pretty much, their wheelhouse. So we appreciate Colby for jumping on, and
Yeah.
Mike for being open to it, also, and for letting Joey, come into his house literally to go and play.
Yeah.
Overcut that one.
Now, on that last shot, Mike Davis wanted the fall on that 14 ball where he could shoot it to the side pocket and go to the short side for the 10, which was his only problem. He never intended to have to play that shot on the 9, or he would have been a lot closer to it, but didn't quite get where he needed to.
What do you guys like doing here? Do you like opening up that 10 and just going for it with that 4 ball?
I think
I
it might.
keep it now.
I think it might go. But my experience from this camera angle, and I do a lot of this, there's probably room to cut that from the right side of the table.
Joey.
It's not going to matter now.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I would have much rather have tried, going after that 4 ball myself and then coming back down, because you got 3 balls in the lower half of the table. But either way, Mike's up at the table now, and he's in really good shape here. He just has to get on that 10 ball.
I think he's going to go there right now.
Ooh,
And your awareness, Mike, shooting a lot of one pocket. That's a strategy there where you shoot into the percentages, Ooh, and he got that.
Yeah, he can cue the ball, which is great for Mike here. Yeah, I mean, I guess you can argue either way. It's like if you miss the 4, then you're going to open up the 10 ball for him, but you're going to leave that cue ball, down table. And we've already seen that it's not necessarily a gimme, even though this is Mike's home court. But Mike did real good opening up that 10 ball right away and giving himself a ton of options. And you can tell just by the way he's walking around the table. He's got the AirPods in. He's taking it seriously, man. He wants to win.
I mean, this is a pressure-filled game.
Yeah, absolutely.
He was actually a little frustrated on this position play. Wanted that cue ball to stun forward a little bit so he wouldn't be hampered by the 3, but he's going by it. He's okay.
Yeah, and he's going to have to do a little more of a hold here rather than a stun.
I like that, letting the stroke out, not trying to go and baby it,
Yep.
8 ball on the side.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, as little as you can fight with your cue ball is always going to be the best way to go. Just let it go where it wants to, if it's possible.
Well, Mike Davis Jr. is going to take a 2-game lead, which I think is the highest that we've had so far in this race to 9. They're playing 8 ball on a 9-foot table, 4 1/8, I think. And it's presented by Salotto. And we got a question in the chat, Colby. So maybe some people are just joining in the middle of the match. Tell us a little bit about Salotto and all those details, man.
Yeah, sure. Salotto's a 1v1 mobile app where you can download it for free off the App or Play Store and create an account, connect to Fargo Rate, and submit 1v1 challenge match results to Fargo Rate to build robustness, raise the pressure, and just make any table competitive and fill in the gaps between leagues or tournaments.
Let me ask you a question, Colby. What's to stop someone from, let's say, I got a Fargo rate that's too high, I want to lower it, I'm going to go and play my buddies and just, for lack of a better word, dump a bunch of matches or whatever and try to lower it that way?
Right, yeah. So that's a question we get asked a lot because this puts a lot of the onus of that on the players. And so, being that pool is a game of honor and the players are supposed to have a certain level of integrity, we know that not everybody is mature to that point. And people do dump their Fargo rates and make an attempt to snap off a tournament here and there, and that happens. So we have software in place to detect nefarious results. Every match that comes in is reviewed by our match review team. There's a fee to submit match results to Fargate, which actually acts as a bit of a filter. People don't like to pay money to cheat. Even though we do see people go 2 and out in tournaments on purpose, and they pay an entry fee and lodging and food to go do that, we actually see a lot less cheating in Salotto due to the fact that everything is personal and reviewed, and you have to have a collusion. So each match that's played and submitted to Fargate has to be verified by both opponents. And you look like a real idiot if you go to your bro and you say, hey, let's dump a few matches here and we'll go to this tournament and try to win. And usually what happens is people don't even win that tournament. So it ends up being kind of a zero-sum game for the person to try to cheat, because they usually end up getting banned from Fargate events and Salotto and the whole gamut. So we don't see that really at all. Occasionally we'll see somebody try to slip one in and they go and we call them and they're like, yeah, sorry, I didn't know it was, you know, real or whatever. But it's still a new thing, and you know, there's always those people who are going to push the limits, and we kind of appreciate that. Some of the people who are biggest skeptics become our biggest advocates.
Well, I like the fact that you mentioned about pool being a game of honor, because we have to go and have it be that, right? No matter what level, no matter what level you're on.
Hustler mentality is dying, and the idea that you're looking away and your opponent fouls and they kill you about it, that's what we're about. You know, like, this is a game of skill and tactical aptitude and just paying attention. And if you're not willing to participate, then there's no room, you know.
Well, speaking of tactical moves here, Mike Davis is making work of the rack, but he's kind of got himself a little funky here because he moved that 9 ball right where that 8 ball's at. So he's gonna have to figure this out.
Yeah, his window sort of closed, didn't it?
No pun intended, huh? What do you like here, Jeremy?
Yeah, I think I'm trying to stay below the line for the 7 and play the 8 past the 9. I think it's a hair off the rail, so it's not going to be crazy going past that side pocket.
He smoothed that ball in.
But this is tough. He's in a tough spot here. This is no good. And I swear to God, I was going to say before he shot that ball, but we were talking about Salotto, that you really got to be careful with that 9 ball, using it as a break there, because it is heading over to the rail. And he knew it wasn't going at the 8, but it still can cover a lot of it for a long time.
So does he come on the low side of the 8 and shoot past the 9, or come on the high side and shoot the 2 ball through?
I think ideally I would like to get to the high side because the 9 doesn't ever block any of it, but he's in a bad spot to get there now. So he might
right. The 11 becomes a beach ball.
Yeah, the 11's massive right there. They try to just follow through with it, no?
He's got to lay this right on the rail on the below the 9. But he's going to bank it. That tells you how bad it was. But he's in a good spot for the bank. This is not a tough bank.
What do you mean? Where's he going to go, on the side?
Yeah, back to the side. And this is the best spot to bank this ball to the side pocket, believe it or not. When you're looking at this,
you
right
think
down
it passes the 9? I mean, maybe
absolutely.
My angle's a
he
little
played
off.
for it.
I'm about to find out. You're probably right, Jeremy. He played it good. A little
short. And Mike, you know, that 9 might have been just a hair big, like you said, because he missed it on that short side. So that 9 might have had a little bit of that pocket on the way by, like you said.
I mean, he's a professional, so he knew what it is that he wanted to do, and, you know, like you said, he played for it. But it looked like it was a little touchy. But you know, meanwhile, Joey's got a big opportunity, and being 2 games down, he's got to go and put these balls away, right?
He's got to get this. My screen went a little fuzzy. I think that's the ball up near the corner. He's got to get that out of the way to clear the path for the other one next to the 8. So he'll play that, and then the ball in the side pocket, and the rack will be open.
Yeah, I think you're right. Jeremy.
That's the 10 ball. So to me, 10 and then 14, and then the other 2 balls. You can play in either order, but I guess it'll depend where he falls.
Well, he kind of got in a similar spot to where he was at a minute ago. From this angle, it looks like he's going to run into those balls, unless he can just come flat across and just fade it. But
he can spin this up with some inside, I believe, without touching those. But it gets dicey. He's going to get real steep on the 9. I think he's got to stay close. And this 8 ball gets big for the transition.
Oh, he hit it good.
He hit it. He hit it good, but this is a tough transition here. He's got to stun this past the 8 and come flat across. The 8's huge here.
I like just maybe putting a good stroke on it, because
Yeah,
trying and stunning it on this table. Oof. Oof, 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 oof.
He's got a touch of angle. I think that may have been a little easier than it looked from my angle here. Nice and smooth. Just got to put a good stroke on this one. Stay through. Oh,
You try to force it, and that's gonna cost them the game. Oh, it was all because of that funky angle that he got on there, Jeremy.
yeah. Well, anytime you make one transition tough, you make your accuracy go into the next ball a little bit lower, and then you could find yourself just a little bit more out of line every shot, and that was just enough there. He still should have been able to execute that, and that was a very, very big rack in this match. The difference between 7-4 and 6-5 is huge.
Well, I must be a donkey, because I didn't realize they were playing alternate break, and we're already at 7-4. So,
Yeah.
oh man, no, Joe was just giving him too many opportunities, and I like the way he shot the ball previous to the 9 ball. That angle though, I almost kind of like just taking your medicine, making sure you at least get a shot on that 8 ball.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and when it rains, it pours. Joey just scratched in the side pocket.
That dog's barking.
What do you like here, Colby? You taking stripes or solids?
I'm taking stripes. I know there's a problem there with the freaking ball by the 8. I can't tell what it is by my view, but I think that could be broken out by the 10 ball right there if you can get on it right.
We're about to
Mr.
see.
Sweat,
Yeah, you're right. Can you hear us, Jeremy?
Yeah, he is going to go into those balls and take the stripes. That my first instinct was stripes too. I see an option to take solids, but I think this breakout is higher percentage, and there's more balls near that 11 if it doesn't go right the first time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, it wasn't ideal, but he'll take it.
Oh, does he have? What's his shot here? Does he have to play this 13 to the side? This is a tight angle from here.
That is.
That was a good shot.
It was a hanger. I like him just coming up one rail and coming back and getting on that 11 ball next.
Bump that 8. Get out of the way. There we go.
Those look like hangers when they go in, because if they touch anything, they don't go in.
Yeah.
Also, I guess the 11 has either pocket. That answers that
It
question.
has to.
I wasn't sure. He still fell a little short of his mark here. He may have to change plans here a little bit and come back for that. Yeah.
Well, he's been able to adjust pretty good the entire match. Whenever he's gotten in tough spots. But he's not doing himself any favors here. And at 7-4, you want to make sure and put your guy away. You're about to get on the hill. You got to handle your business.
He's in good shape here.
Getting back past the 8. Oh, he's going to shoot the 9.
Yeah, the way he played that earlier tells me the 11 has either pocket. So he just had to worry about getting short side for this ball he's on now. That was the only work in the rack.
Yeah.
Well, he spun over, so
no,
maybe not.
Yeah, it must not. Yeah, it must not have if he's playing with inside like that.
I'm just surprised then if that's the case that he didn't play with inside English 4 shots ago to go to the left side of the 11.
Absolutely. That's what I was thinking too. Because I would have assumed you come off one rail.
Yeah. There must have been a reason for it. He plays a lot better than any of us, for sure.
He smoothed that ball in. Good shot by Mike. And there you go.
Mm-hmm.
Taking it, doubling my man up, 8-4. And I mean, what can you say? Joey's had plenty of chances.
Better get busy.
Yeah, but Mike just seems like, this is the, coming up on the finish line here, but Mike's gotten a lot more comfortable and stronger each rack. It seems like.
You know, it may
give
not. Sorry. I was going to say it may not even be comfortability. You know, these guys, they're real good buddies, right? He's playing. This is Mike's house.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So he's in his den. He's playing a good buddy, and they're only betting $100. It's basically an exhibition match. So he had to get down 4-3 or whatever it was, maybe before pride even kicked in. And he's like, "Hey, no, I can't let this guy beat me."
I'm not taking that from Joey.
Right.
Yeah. So. Oh, here comes Joey with the excuses in the comments. You see this, Mike?
Is his back
Let
hurting?
me switch over. Did I mention I drove 4 hours today? Here we go. Now, look, this is the second break that Mike's changed to the side. So, you know, he wants to get these balls down. He wants to put Joey away here. He got, I think, 2 or 3 balls down the last one, but wow, the A ball went in. There you go.
Are they playing that counts or are they playing BCA rules?
No, they're playing BCA, so it'll spot back up.
Got you.
I mean, everything looks pretty good except for that 10 ball. That combo, it looks like there's enough space that even if it's not wired, that he can go and make it go in the upper right. I could be wrong, but
Yeah, he can make some.
yeah, that's what I think.
Go into the 3 right now. I think that's the plan.
Yep.
I mean, it's good because you also have the 14 ball over there on the upper left to kind of give you some insurance. Well,
he's lucky if that goes in.
He just fired that in. Jeez.
He's fortunate that the 3 fell. The 3 would have been a real problem for him had it stayed up in that corner pocket where he put it.
Yeah.
Oh, in the upper left? Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, because that 14 would have been blocked.
It's kind of on an island as well.
Yeah.
Ooh, it wanted to stay up.
So Mike Davis on the hill here. Definitely just one set here tonight, Mike, or what?
You know, I don't know. I got to run after this because I got a date with my daughters, but I think they might be playing for a while. So I don't know if we're going to do it live. Yeah, I don't know if they're going to be doing it live or not. We'll see. But yeah, I think the pride definitely kicked in, boys, because Mike smells blood here, and he wants to put red away here.
I actually like getting the 13 out of here. You know, the 15 and the 10 are on opposite sides of the table, but the position of the 6 ball there actually makes this 13 a little bit of the tricky part of the pattern. So, when he went forward.
Oh, he tried to get. Oh, I didn't see that ball on the left. Oh boy. Well, okay, Joey Ryan, here you go. Last
he's trying to come around and put a lot of squirt.
Yeah, last chance for romance. I didn't see that ball on the left side of the table.
Joey should definitely be out here.
Yeah, he's got pattern.
Just a matter of getting that comfortability back. He hasn't really shot since that ball that he missed like 3 racks ago going to the 8. Basically, he a run out from there for Mike, and then I think a break and run for Mike, and then a scratch on the break for Joey. That's been 3 games since Joey's really shot.
Well, I'll tell you a little story. So when I had seen they were doing this Friday night fights out in Arizona, and I was watching Joey play my buddy Nick DeLeon some bar table 8 ball. And they were playing 2 sets or best of 3 sets actually. So Nick just slaughters them the first set. They play again. I think Joey, I don't know if he ran the set out and it was like a race to 8 or 9 or something, but he beat Nick, I mean, easily. So he's got a lot of heart. And he certainly doesn't have any quit in him. Sorry for the focus here, guys, but hopefully whenever Joey finishes running out, we can get him to address it. But we're joined here by I guess some might say the better half of Team Salotto.
Don't let me look, man.
No, you missed the 8.
What's happening? Sorry I'm late to the party here.
Welcome.
Thank
you.
I
see. The better half just got here. Yes, that's the truth.
There you go.
Yeah, right? Am I the brains or the brawn?
Both.
No,
Nice shot there, boy. That might have been game winner right there. That safety. That
Drop-
was just nice.
dropping some knowledge on him right there. That was a good shot.
Yeah, that's depth.
A lot of amateurs play that where they just try to thin the top side of the 15 and stay on it, and it's really tough to get the pace right. It's so easy for the cue ball to leak out. The way he hit that was so intelligent, really made it an easy shot to execute.
Yeah,
He
that's
might
a
play
good
little one
lesson.
pocket.
Speaking from an amateur perspective, I appreciate that commentary, Mike.
Ooh. He just missed it too.
Oh,
Well, Mike Davis Jr. has got 3 balls here, and more importantly, a chance to go and end this set. He's bearing down.
I always
Just
really
gonna-
enjoy the opportunity to screw up a 4-ball out.
Oh man, that's my move.
Oh, this is looking good. You think he's gonna pull it back, play the 8 in the side?
I like that. Yeah, for sure. I
Well,
don't think you want to force follow though, is what we've seen already a few
just
times
play it off
tonight.
the longer and go in the corner.
the reach
he
really
tried to-
was a factor on that one. I think normally, under normal circumstances, he absolutely would have drawn out for the side pocket, but the reach, he really couldn't get into it comfortably for a nice draw stroke, and so he kind of just stunned it out a little bit. Still went to the side. Watch his corner. That's huge.
Uh-oh.
He's okay.
Oh, he's just trying to be dramatic. And that'll do it with the score of 9-4 in favor of Mike Davis Jr. Is somebody else join in? Ah, here we go. Let's hear it. We're about to be joined by let me go and change his view around here. Give me 1 second, guys. We're joined here by Joey Ryan. Joey, let's hear it, man. What happened?
What kind of crap was that, Mike?
That's what I want to know. That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Let me
here.
tell you something. Did I mention I drove 4 hours today?
I thought it was 5 or 6. I don't know. I mean, you should make it sound better. Tell me you drove about 8 or 9 hours,
Yeah,
like something.
there's
I mean,
I've
There's the
driven
violin.
like 14 hours in 3 days.
yeah. What's 4 hours gonna do? 4 hours, you should be good to go.
Oh man. No, we're gonna stick around here. We're gonna beat some around a little bit. But I gotta get revenge. I'm tired, but I'm not out of it.
Well,
That was a good set.
You guys played really well. We appreciate you guys for going live with us and having fun with it. You had a lot of chances, Joey. What happened, man? I mean, Mike let you in plenty of times, and it seemed like you just gifted it back to him.
There was a game at 4-4 that was a really big game because Mike kept getting up by 1, or I think the first couple I got up by 1.
You kept getting
Yeah.
up by 1.
Yeah, but then
Yeah.
4-4, I kind of felt like, hey, I'm feeling pretty good, putting some stuff together, and I didn't get out that game. And Mike got out, and then I think he got the next one because, obviously he did because I'm stuck on 4.
I'll tell you what happened. Like, he played good at the beginning until he had a chance to win. Then he didn't want to finish it. That's what happened.
Yeah, didn't want to finish.
He's
Like,
talking
what you
some
guys
smack.
didn't
I love it.
know- Let me tell you what you guys don't know. Mike's got a beautiful house here in Raleigh, North Carolina. And the whole time I'm sitting here watching him play, I'm listening to Melina Mike's commentary. It wanted to make me puke. And then
Oh, my
I
God.
got a cat like sniffing up in my ear and stuff, climbing up on the
you got sharp.
countertops. I'm a dog person. I'm not a cat person.
But you should like that. My cat's one of my 2 cats is so friendly it might as well be a dog. It's like the most people-friendly cat you've ever seen. So.
Joey
I'm
being
hearing
a
excuses, boys. What do you think?
Joey being a dog person makes the most sense out of anything I've ever heard in pool.
Thanks, Jeremy. That's awesome.
That's funny.
Thanks for
That
being
was funny.
kind of polite on the commentary. We didn't deserve it sometimes, but thank you guys.
Yeah,
No,
the
y'all did
comments
great,
are
man.
polite. They're like, these 2 guys don't play near that
Oh
far.
yeah, yeah. All the guys typing in comments, like that's just how it is. I know. Like, well, tell them to come on by.
Yeah.
You know.
Yep.
I can
They
give you
got
his
action.
address.
Well, we appreciate you guys. So, Joey, are we going to stay live or what are we doing?
Well, Mike, you got to go, right?
Yeah, I got a date with the girls.
So I don't think I can control it right now. Maybe I can log back.
I
Jeremy,
got-
you want to hang out for a little bit?
I'm good, man. Let's do it.
Okay,
All right.
Jeremy, I'm gonna get out and jump back in, so that way. Actually, Jeremy, can you do it? Can you control things?
I can control things, but I don't think I can until I don't think I can without switching up what we got going on. We have to stop and do what we did before. I think.
You
I'm pretty
want to
sure.
just start a whole new stream, boys? You want to do
Mike,
that?
Mike, why don't you handle that? And I'll sit here and negotiate with Mike Davis. He's already got 100 of my dollars. We'll work out a good game, maybe rotation.
Rotation, one pocket, whatever you want to do, whatever. It's up to you.
Oh,
So we're gonna
man.
do something for, I don't know, maybe an hour or so if you guys want to check it out.
Awesome, man.
Nice.
All right, we'll figure it
Guys.
out, Joey.
Let me tell you something. The Salotto app, it's super cool. You guys should check it out. Like, I'm driving up I-95. Oh, there's Raleigh, North Carolina. Who's in the area? Mike Davis. You know, I get to stop in and play. I'm former Moscone Cup player, former Reno Open winner. What else should you do? Anything? You want anything else?
Some term in Korea, no big deal.
What else?
Yeah, you know. All right, guys. Guys, hang with us. We'll go back on live in a little bit and play some rotation.
Awesome.
Thanks,
Sounds
Joey.
good. Cheers.
Colby and Rita, y'all
Thanks,
sticking
guys.
around, or what are y'all doing, boys?
Yeah,
I'll
stick
probably
around.
stick around for a little bit.
Awesome. Okay. Well, then I think we're gonna boy, I don't know. I guess we'll just restart the stream then. You three guys stay in here. But everyone live on Facebook or on YouTube, keep your notifications on. We're gonna come right back and we're gonna get Jeremy to be controlling everything. Because I gotta run to the movies with the girls. So just stay
Well,
tuned,
have a
guys.
good movie.
Appreciate it.
Hey,
See ya.
man.